Recently, I was in Ohio. On one Saturday, I visited GMS Columbus, and then the next Saturday, myself and some local pastors and evangelists from the area visited GMS Cleveland. From those two back-to-back encounters, GMS Hebrew Israelite Camp has a new policy, apparently. They're going to call the cops on me now.
Okay, you coming up to our platform.
Right, exactly, like this other corner, don't preach.
Abu is a historian of One Less Hebrew Israelism. He's been following the movement longer than anyone I know and knows more about the history of the movement more than anyone I know. He offers some very insightful commentary on this development.
So last Saturday, Vocab Malone paid a visit to GMS Cleveland while they were holding camp.
Week 2! How y'all doing?
And amazingly, shortly after he arrived, one of the members of the camp said this.
Hey, this ain't a debate, man. The Lord just sent us out here to debate, all right? The Lord sent the prophets out here to give a warning. He said, therefore, give them a warning from me, okay? That's right. It's me. This ain't a debate, man. Ezekiel the 30.
So now GMS members are saying that they're not interested in debate. Honestly, that's a far cry from what their leader was saying back in 2007 and 2008 when he first burst onto YouTube.
Like I said, we challenge anybody on the planet. I don't give a damn if you're the Pope. I don't give a damn if you Rex Humbard. I don't give a damn if you Jeff. I don't give a damn who you are. When it comes to the scriptures, we the only ones that know the scriptures, all right?
But worthy of note, that young man wasn't merely speaking on his own. Rather, GMS leadership has made clear that they advise their followers against debating with Vocab. However, they've gone even beyond that now, as now they're declaring that their followers should call the police on Vocab if he approaches their camps.
Now, I told brothers if Vocab roll up on you, you can call the cops.
Point them brothers should have called the cops and say, look, this, because no edification was going to come out of it. They should have called the cops on him. Like Elder Pastor been saying, just call the cops on him. Say, officer, I'm being harassed, because you are being harassed. At this point, call the cops on that a-hole. Okay? Just call the cops on him and say, I'm being harassed by this man. Officer, I want you to do your duty. I'm being harassed by this man. Okay? And the officer might say, well, why don't you close up and go somewhere else? Okay, if I close up, like Elder Pastor was saying, if I close up and go somewhere else and this guy follows me, right, as in Vocab, will you arrest him then? And I press charges, will you arrest him then?
And of course, the young and loyal followers of GMS have heeded that call.
So the order was given, right, for you brothers, right? And this order was given by the Elder Apostle Tahar, right? When you're dealing with Vocab Malone and he approached the camp, just don't even have a back and forth with him. Scriptures say what? Cast not thy pearls before swine. But just go ahead and call the law on that Edomite, man. Just call the law on him. You see that? Because we're not listening to any more of their shit. You see that? So, you know, what we're going to do, all right, so we're going to start calling the law, right, on you crazy-ass Edomites that approach the camp.
Why the apostles put out the order that, you know, when this person comes around the camp, all right, when he starts to get on his BS, you know, just call the cops, man, or do yourself a favor, all right, just pack up and move somewhere else, all right? And if he continues to follow you or whatever, you know, call the police, all right?
Now, honestly, after hearing that, it needs to be pointed out that this transition from saying we challenge anyone to debate us to saying we're going to call the cops if Vocab tries to debate us constitutes a dramatic paradigm shift. And it was Vocab himself who ushered in that paradigm shift. Therefore, it seems fair to say that Vocab has broken GMS. Now, I realize that it's impolite to put it so bluntly, but GMS has been so acrimonious over the years that I really don't feel particularly obligated to mince words here. You see, GMS put out a challenge and Vocab took up their challenge. The subsequent reaction from GMS was to shrink away from the very challenge that they put out there. That's why it's fair to say that Vocab broke them. He met their challenge and dismantled them intellectually, basically getting them to concede in terms of debating. And on a closing note, this recent drama unfolded because Vocab visited GMS's Cleveland, Ohio camp this past weekend, and he visited the group's Columbus, Ohio camp the weekend before that. And this needs to be pointed out because while GMS members are asking, why is Vocab bothering us? It's GMS members in Ohio who are responsible for the rise of Vocab as an apologist who focuses on Israelites. You see, in 2011, GMS's Columbus camp was visiting local churches and picking arguments with the pastors there, and that was what inspired Vocab to start focusing on Israelites. Therefore, if GMS now considers Vocab to be a monster, they have themselves, or more specifically their Columbus camp, to thank for the creation of that quote-unquote monster. Simply put, they wanted to argue with Christians, and their Columbus camp wanted to more specifically argue with Christians from Columbus. They got their wish and then some, but apparently they don't like what they got. And that's why they've made this 180-degree turn and are now declaring that they no longer wish to debate. It's basically them forfeiting the debate, the very debate that they challenged others to take part in. Amazing. But with that, I'll close this video here, and I just want to say congratulations to Vocab for so thoroughly handling GMS and having such a profound impact on their approach.
Son of righteousness. They're these devils. They're these devils.
Oh, this guy.
Hey, you know,
Oh, man.
We're going to ignore you.
Yeah,
We're going to ignore you so you can keep walking. You can keep walking.
Would you be interested in a one-on-one?
No.
Why not?
No. Because we don't want to.
For 30 years, you've been saying no one can test one west.
Look. Ignore these guys.
That's right.
We're going to ignore you. Keep teaching. Keep teaching.
You told me if I want to
Keep
discuss
teaching.
Revelation 18, this is the place to come. So here I am.
Go ahead, brother. Read. Just read.
You should have said it on the video,
Did
man.
you change your mind? Why? So you didn't know I was coming? I mean, you should always be prepared.
Look, we're going to ignore you. We're going to ignore you. Keep teaching.
Therefore, it seems fair to say that Vocab has broken GMS.
Vocab has broken GMS. Vocab has broken GMS. Has broken GMS.